Chris with T3 Media is here, and I am here with Bianca Brookes, and we're going to do a little chat. We're going to have a little get down and a sit down and have a little chat right now. Miss Brookes, how are you doing today?
I am absolutely lovely, Chris. How are you over at T3 Media?
Outstanding. I'm just glad that you agreed to this interview. I'm very excited to get started, and I'm just gonna. Don't worry. I'm not gonna try to overwhelm you with any gotcha questions. Not until the last 5 minutes of the show. So,
all right.
Hope we'll have fun with it. So, first thing I guess I want to just get out there and just say, let's introduce everybody to Miss Brookes and just tell me, who are you? What do you do? Why do you do it? Why do you love it? Explain yourself.
Okay, well, I'm not a miss. I'm a missus. That's one. No, I'm joking.
My heart just dropped.
But, well, yes, my name is Bianca Brookes. I'm an actress. I was on The Get Down. I'm a writer. I love to write scripts. And I am a YouTuber. Oh, and a dancer, of course. I love to dance.
Awesome. And for those of you, for the three people out there in the world who don't know, The Get Down is an original show on Netflix that I absolutely love. The reason why we're here right now, I believe you saw my review or my comments about the show.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And after correcting all of my bad spelling and my grammar, you know, she told me that you were a dancer on the show. What was it like being on set or being a part of that project?
It was a lot of fun. When I saw the making of it behind the scenes, I was like, wow, this is cool. But when I saw the reactions to it and how happy people were and the nostalgic feeling they were getting, it made me feel like, wow, I feel like I kind of just made history.
Exactly. And your character on the show, or your involvement with the production, what was that exactly?
I was a dancer. You can see me in a lot of scenes. I actually have like a little game that I play with my subscribers where I call Can You Spot Me? So I let the scene play, and I'm like, whoever is able to spot me, they get a shout out. And it's so funny because a whole bunch of people viewed the video, and a couple of people were able to spot me, but not a lot. And I'm like, guys, you have to be able to look good. You have to look closely.
For the first half of the season, this is not 2 seasons, right? Wasn't season 1 split in half, or is it season 1 and season 2? Yes,
I was actually in season 1 and season 2, so you can spot me in both.
Okay, and I'm gonna play that game, the Where's Waldo version of where's Bianca, and I'll bet you I can win that game. So I'll give me a hint first. Are you in every episode on the first season?
I'm not in every episode. I'm in like 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6, and so it's mostly okay. So that's the only hint that I'm going to ask for. I'm gonna update everybody on how well I did if I can. I'm pretty sure I'll just look for the best dancer out there and I'm sure I'll find you.
Thank you so much.
What was it like? Was it the style of dancing that I'm thinking of? Was it the disco side of the story?
The style of dancing was actually a lot of fun. I actually learned some dance moves on set. I learned how to hustle. I did not know how to hustle before I got there, so that was a lot of fun. And I'm actually going to pull up the picture. It's so funny because my friend had told me, she's like, before you get there, you should make sure that you look good and you're not doing anything, weird, because paparazzi's going to be there. And I don't consider myself a celebrity. I know I'm not a celebrity. So I'm like, why would they be taking a picture with me? And then they ended up taking a picture of Jaden Smith, but I was right next to him.
Oh.
And I looked so mad and angry.
Did you they caught you in a moment where you were probably just in the middle of a sentence, and the second they snapped the camera, it looked like you were upset about something?
It really did. I'm going to try to see if I could pull it up. It's actually really, really hilarious.
You brought up Jaden Smith, and that's one thing, and I think I mentioned it on my review. That was the one part of the show that totally took me by surprise. It was funny because I knew he was a part of the cast before I saw the show for the first time. And somehow I forgot. And then when I'm watching I totally forgot that who was a part of of the membership of the cast, and then when I started watching the episodes, every time he got on screen, I kept saying to myself, why does he look so familiar? I don't know what it was, and then at the end of it, when I finally figured it didn't take me till the last episode. It finally hit me in the middle, and then I gave kudos to what he did. I like his character so much, and I think his delivery. It took me out. I wasn't in a situation where it's like I'm watching Jaden Smith act or work or whatever. And sometimes I get that if I'm watching Will Smith or something, I'm pretty aware. It's obvious this is Will Smith, but sometimes that magic happens and they totally draw you in, and I somehow forgot, and it took me a while to figure it out because the character is all I could see, because everything that he said, because he speaks in such a poetic way, it was just a good performance, I guess, is what I'm trying to finally get it to, and that's one thing that I'm thinking that people aren't appreciating about the show. And Jaden's performance, I like that character. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of how he smoothly, like, different way of thinking explains everything. But it's like it takes me back to I guess, I don't know, old kung fu movies. Like, he talks in poetry in a way. It's just, I love that character.
That's cool. Yes, I respect Jaden a lot. He's very professional. He always shows up. He knows all his lines. Oh, and I want to apologize for looking at my phone. I was going to look for the picture, but I have an iPhone and I have like 3,000 pictures. So I'm like, I'll just look for that later.
Oh, yeah. No, I know exactly what you were doing. You're fine. Yeah. But you had no luck finding the picture you were looking for?
No, I have 3,000 photos. I was like, I would be looking down like this for 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'll just look for it later.
Was it? Is it already online? Was it a picture that?
It actually is online. They got a picture. It's a picture of Jaden Smith, and he's like pointing towards the camera. And then I remember someone's like, Bianca, that's you. I'm like, that's me. What? They're like, Bianca, that's you. I'm like, oh, no, that's not the most flattering picture. And the funny thing is that in the picture, I was actually screaming to someone to let them know that I'm walking off set. I'm going to the ladies' room.
Mm-hmm. And does that explain the anger? Like, everything stops right now.
Wait, no. But because Jaden Smith is one of the stars of the show, once he comes on, we have to start filming. So then at that moment, I couldn't go anymore.
But overall, it wasn't even though it looked like you were angry, you weren't really angry though.
No.
Okay. Awesome. So I'll still find a way to tease you about it when I find it.
I mean, it's not the end. Anyone who wants to go, like if they have to go, to the bathroom, they want to go. But if you can't go and someone's like, oh, the person's here, we can't do it anymore. It's like, come on, guys. Don't do me like this.
And then the director is 3, 2, 1, and then action, and you just had to go out there and did you have to dance in that scene? Was that a scene where you had to do a lot of moving?
That was the first scene where we were in the Bronx and we were just walking by. I was a high school student with a bunch of other high school students. Mm-hmm. But the next time we were there, they had like a party in the park. And do you remember that scene in the season 1 where they had the stereo?
And
they're like, your speaker is too low. Yeah, you don't remember that? And they had all the teenagers around them in the park.
I believe so. That wasn't the first episode, was it?
No, it was the first season.
It was the first season, but it wasn't the first episode of the first season.
No.
I don't remember the scene. One more time. Okay, so it was in the park.
Yes, and we were dancing in the park, and it was really nice. And they were battling with another DJ crew.
Was he standing on like a big rock like thing? Was it that scene where they're standing on this like big rock kind of thing? And I know it was outside. What scene was this?
Well, that's okay. Anywho, in that scene, it was so nice because we got to dance. But what people don't know is that the Bronx. Oh man, I wish I had like a drawing, or let me try to see if I can draw this for you so I can show you the distance because it's just so funny. Okay, so it kind of looks like this. So this is kind of like how the Bronx was. So I had to make my way from here all the way up a hill. So, and it was like in each scene they had us running back and forth, and like it was so funny because on the last 2 takes I was just like, man, I'm tired. I was talking to my friend. I was like, my feet hurt. These platform shoes. I'm like, I don't know how women did this back in the day. My feet hurt. Do your feet hurt?
That's funny. How long have you been acting, dancing, and singing? Do you also do singing?
I don't sing, no. But I'm a good hummer. I'm telling you.
So when did you first start dancing?
Wow, I've been dancing since I was probably 5 years old. I've been dancing for a long time.
And when did you know that was it? This is part of what I want to do.
I knew because it's something that I always wanted. I get, with most things that people do, they get lazy with it, then they forget about it. I never forgot about dance. It was always something like I have to do it. Even even when we get done doing this, I have a class
Mhm.
at 7 a.m. It's a Zumba class, and I'm gonna be there.
And right now you're in New York right now, right?
Yes, and it is. What time is it? It is 2:20.
In the morning, and you're about
Mm-hmm.
to get up in about 5 hours to Zumba.
Get up? What? No, I'm gonna stay up, and then I'm gonna go do my Zumba class. Then I'm gonna come home and then sleep and rejuvenate after that.
So it's not a situation where it's like somebody sees you and goes, Bianca, you're working again? You're like, again, I'm working still. I'm still working. I'm always working. So you just never sleep. That's good.
No,
That's the thing that took me back. I was like, I could not believe, like, out of all the reviews that you reached out. I'm sure you probably, for the ones that probably meant the most, you reached out to them. But I want to just say right now, like in the middle of this interview, I appreciate that. That was awesome. I couldn't believe it. And when I did a little research and saw your channel and everything, I said that's cool. She dances, she acts, she has her own channel, triple threat,
thank
already
you.
taking over the what we're calling it, the new media, already staking your claim onto that. So what's it like on your channel? What's your channel mostly about?
Well, on my channel, we have Motivational Mondays. I feel like
Mhm.
it's very important to motivate people. I've always wanted my channel to be a place where people come for positivity, just because I see certain things and, on YouTube, and I'm like, we need more positivity out there. I have Words of Wisdom Wednesdays. I have Feel Good Fridays. And I'm starting something called Support Independent Artists Saturdays.
Mm.
I've noticed that people love celebrities like to death. Like this woman spent her $2,000 of her rent money,
Mm.
all her rent money, to buy a Beyonce ticket. And it's like, Beyonce doesn't even know you. But these are the same people who they won't support their friend if their friend is doing a podcast, or they won't support their friend if they start a YouTube channel, or they won't support their friend if, they're like, hey, listen to my mixtape. And I think that's unfortunate because it's very important to support the people around us the same way that we do celebrities.
That makes a lot
Like,
of sense. It does, because it's like the World Wide Web and the social media was supposed to connect us, and it does. It really does. But at the same time, it simultaneously has disconnected us from on a human level, on a, like, exactly what you're talking about. It's kind of weird how that goes.
yeah, it's true. And it's also, very sad. Like, I'm a very supportive person and I'm very humble. I know that no matter how many television shows that I do, I
Mhm.
always talk to people. Everything is just the same. But also another thing is that I have people who started out with me and they're further in their careers than I am, and I'm completely happy for them. But I've noticed that the minute that they started to get famous, their attitudes changed
Mhm.
around me, and it's like, oh, so now you want to act Hollywood. And I'm like, I just can't be around that for long periods of time.
I'm going to be the same way. If the second I get three more subscribers, that watch out. Watch out, because it's like, I don't even know you. I don't have to pay my rent anymore. Just the same way. I'm looking for it. So it's gonna happen. But I know what
You're
you
not gonna
mean.
pay your rent anymore. You a married man with kids. You better stop playing.
Exactly. If I don't, well, as far as the kids, it's, as long as I can always bribe my son with Sonic and
Candy
Mario.
bar
Exactly. And get away with it.
and
So
no Henry's or an almond joy. Those are actually both nasty. Give them a Snickers instead.
what about whatchamacallit? So I'm going to make this an official question. What about what's your favorite snack or candy that you,
Ooh, I
a
love
guilty pleasure?
Milky Ways and
Mhm.
Kit Kats.
Do you do that at the movie theaters, or like when you're sitting around just? watching a movie at home?
Whenever I'm in the mood for it, I have to be very careful though, because that's another thing. When you're on camera, you want to be conscious of your skin. So I have to be very careful not to break out. So I don't eat sweets as much as I used to, but it is better for my health that I not do that.
And when, let's see, so you're in New York now. You've done a lot of TV. What any any news that you can share with us? Anything that's going on that that we can break like right here? What's going on in the world that you can just surprise us with right now?
So the first season was really, really well received and everybody liked it. And so it was exciting. So we were able to come back for a second season.
Mm-hmm.
But the second season did not receive as many positive reviews as the first season. Like a lot of people were like, I like the first season more. Even I like the first season more. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. But, even I like the first season more, so I can understand. So there has to be enough people when it comes to the viewers that want to see it in order for it to come back. And I actually sent out an email the other day and I asked, and me and all my other fellow actors, we talked around and they're like, nope, we haven't gotten any emails about that.
So there's no word yet on whether or not they're going to continue after what just released.
No.
Right now. Okay, so we got to make sure guys got to get on this. We have got to get the review. So I wonder if it's the reviews that does it more, or if it's just, are they just generally just checking like word of mouth, like YouTube and things like that?
It's the views, the amount of people who view it,
Mm-hmm.
and also the amount of people who are talking about it. You're right. Like the reviews, I made sure that every single review on the Get Down, I watched every single one.
Let us know again where people can find you online, and remind us again on the projects that you're doing, as you've done, and where we can see some of your work.
Okay, absolutely. And I want to apologize again because I tried looking for the picture and then I'm like, I'm gonna have to sit and look for that because I'm like I said, thousands of photos. I don't want anybody to think I'm rude. Chris has my undivided attention. I should have looked for the picture before the entry.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure I'll edit it in, and I'll put the picture up. The ones with everything that we talked about, I'll make sure to put the picture up for everybody to see. So.
Okay. Well, you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Bianca Brookes. My first name is Bianca and my last name is Brookes. Twitter, Bianca Brookes. Instagram, Queen Bianca Brookes. Facebook, I have a fan page, Bianca Brookes. So I make it pretty easy to find me, yeah.
Outstanding. And I'm glad that you took the time to let me know a little bit about what you worked on and what you contributed to one of my favorite Netflix shows, and been giving me a challenge to, I'm going to go back and I'm going to win this game, and I will update you on how well I did if I can spot you. I'm not going to cheat and try to freeze frame it. I'm actually going to just watch it all and try to spot you each and every time. So I hope this isn't the last time. Maybe if you have time, I would love to see what Motivation Monday or Wisdom Wednesday looks like, and
Words of Wisdom Wednesday.
Words of Wisdom Wednesday. And as you see, I have to work on my wisdom and my memory, and hopefully if I can, I'm gonna check that out. If I don't know if there's a way to contribute, let me see if there's something I can contribute to your channel, if that's something you'd be interested in, because I would love to. I like positive influences, and you're definitely one.
Thank you so much. And you're actually the first person to interview me. So whenever I get a trivia question, who is the first person Bianca Brookes ever interviewed with, is going to be Chris from T3 Media.
We're always breaking scoops over here at T3 Media. Or we just get lucky and we're the first ones out the across the finish line. I'm like, what happened? Really? So that's a shock. So I appreciate that. So maybe, I hope it's definitely going to be a floodgate that's about to open. I can already tell you're gonna be everywhere no time soon. It's bound to happen. I love everything that I've seen so far. So outstanding work.
Thank you so much. And if I do get any breaking news, can you do that thing that they do on the news? You know, when you're sitting there and you're watching Family Feud and you're having a normal day, and then all of a sudden your thing gets interrupted, and
Yeah,
then
all of a sudden that their drama is more important than me trying to figure out the puzzle. Yeah, that definitely.
so yeah, I want that to happen. Like, this is breaking news with T3 Medias. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking scoops.
Anytime, if you have anything that you want to break and come back to the channel, I would love to be in the middle of a movie review, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere Bianca Brooks just start, get this, guys. I would love that. So,
Like, oh my gosh, you would not believe what happened. I just wanted to tell you before TMZ and the Shade Room found out. So I just wanted to give you the scoop.
that would be awesome. That you got a deal on that. I'm gonna hold you to that, and I'm gonna see if I could make that happen. That would be awesome.
You know, if TMZ ever used your clip, they'd have to pay you. So that's money for you too. So that's good news.
Really?
Yeah.
That means that okay. I'm gonna make okay.
They're only going to give you a small 10,000, but you know.
Oh well, in that case, they can just. I appreciate it. So I'll be until next time. I'm gonna definitely become a subscriber to Bianca Brooks' channel and just to check out all the things that she has to say, all the things that she's done. And if you're a fan, just send a message up to her. I'm sure you'd appreciate hearing from anybody that has something to contribute to what you've done in the business, because I definitely am one of those fans who appreciates what I've seen, and I want to thank you again for taking the time to come on this channel. So, and till next time, guys.